he might have a new target to work with this week as Oklahoma continues to figure out their wide receiver position. We'll discuss coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
The Oklahoma Sooners have a wide receiver problem. There's talent on the roster, but it's young and inexperienced. But beyond Deion Burks, you don't really have much going for you at wide receiver.
Yeah, you don't. John, we've got 4.
And maybe Jaquaize Pettaway. Let me throw this out there. And also maybe Jaquaize Pettaway.
So, nothing against Jaquaize. This is kind of like the first time we've seen him because he's been hurt too. If you think about it, so like he had an injury. He had an injury on like the Wednesday of practice. He didn't get to practice, so he didn't get to play. Like it was the Tulane game. We get to see him late, a little bit late, but the plan was for him to start, and he couldn't because he was hurt. Now the good thing about Jaquaize is he was a top 100 player in the country, right? So now that he's looking healthy, he got out there, he got to play. So just as you said, John, we haven't been healthy at wide receiver. You lose your top 4 guys. It's painful. And Nick Anderson, it don't look like he come back anytime soon. He played like 2 series and he didn't come back. That tells me kid's done. He's cooked. Something's got to be wrong. There's got to be something more serious, in which we'll probably find out at the press conference later on today. But now we need help. Who's going to be our savior?
So Jacobe Johnson's making the move over to wide receiver. He was a 2-way star over at Mustang High School in Oklahoma. He was a 4-star prospect, considered a 4-star athlete. And I mean, the guy has the ability. I mean, he's got good size, 6'3", can jump out the gym. I mean, he's an athletic dude. How up to speed he'll be to contribute and how quickly he'll be able to contribute, that's going to be a huge question because he hasn't played wide receiver at this level yet. I don't imagine that you'll see a bunch of snaps for him this week, but hey, I could be wrong. Maybe he's just that natural of a player that he can just step in right away and do a few things for you. But I'd imagine that at least by Texas, you can get him ramped up, given that that's 3 weeks away.
Right. Now, this isn't the first time that we've seen this happen for Oklahoma, right? Think about Andre Woolfolk, right? He moved over, was it from wide receiver to corner, and was really good. Derek Strait was a running back. I think Dominique Franks was a running back that went corner. So you've seen players go back and forth on both sides. And this is one of those situations where we just need another body. It's not that the other young wide receivers are not good, but you said it right, John. They're inexperienced, right? And we need some, I'll put it this way. We need some wide receivers that's going to block. That's really what we need, right? We need some wide receivers that's going to go downfield, put a helmet in somebody's chest. And we know Jacoby will because we've watched him actually tackle people. So he's willing to be a physical dude. That's going to be helpful, especially just because not only with the hops that he has, he's 6'2", 200 and probably about 5 pounds. He's got height. He's got hops. He's got speed. Like I said, 2-way athlete. I put a video out on him last night and with his high school highlights, and dude was a baller. But he wanted to play corner. And they had to convince him. I think rumor has it, they've been trying to convince him for a while. And he's just kind of like, I've been investing in corner, man. I want to be a top tier lockdown corner. Now, Jacoby, you get to be the savior. Hey, if you do well, maybe you can be our Travis Hunter.
Hey, you know what? I'll let you play both ways, Jacoby, if you want to. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't if you're good enough to do that. But they definitely don't have as big a need at cornerback as they do at wide receiver. Although cornerback still needs to be better. It needs to improve. They got burnt a few times in this game against Tennessee. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like how quickly he can be a part of the offense. Again, I'm not having big expectations for this week, but you're right. You do need somebody with more size out there. JJ Hester just hasn't been it. The opportunities that he's been given, nothing's really clicking for him either in the offense. Maybe that changes with Michael Hawkins now at quarterback. Who knows? But everybody else that's been contributing, Zion Reagans, Deion Burks, Jaquaize Pettaway, all dudes 5'10" and under. So you're running, and Brendan Thompson, you're running kind of the Mighty Mouse unit over there at wide receiver. if you can get somebody with a little bit of size, maybe that helps you out a little bit. I'd like to continue to see them use the tight ends quite a bit. Hawkins did have some comfortability throwing to the tight ends. It hit Bauer Sharp on a couple really nice passes. So it's a unit that still needs to evolve, and it needs to get better really, really fast, because you got to find something significant in the passing game, hopefully so it can open up the run game, because the run game has just been dreadful.
Abysmal. And it's wild to me that we came into this season with one of the better wide receiver units in the country. You lose one right at camp, which that was devastating. And now I realize how devastating it was, because you lose a guy like Jaden Gibson, who you expected to be one of your top dudes, and it just gets worse.
Yep.
And worse. And worse. And it's like, what do we do? What do we do at this point, right, John? And so I'm glad to see that we've got options. I just need somebody to step up. Like, right. If anything, I'm trying to figure out why Kearney, who's about 6'1", why Ivan Carrion, who's 6'6", why we haven't seen them really step up and take the spot. And I know Emmett Jones knows. I mean, I'm rocking my Emmett Jones We Trust shirt. I know that we can trust that he's making that decision for a reason. I just want to see the players step up to where that decision is made easily.
Yeah, again, everybody's got to grow up a little bit faster. You know, you might not have come into fall camp expecting that you're going to have a significant role. Well, you lose Jaden Gibson, you lose Jalil Farouk. Andrew Anthony doesn't look like he's close to contributing anytime soon. Nick Anderson out there for a minute. Now he's gone. Who knows for how long, possibly for the season. So now you have to step up. Somebody's going to have to step up and step into a role. You know, nobody's going to cry for Oklahoma on the injury front. Nobody's going to give them a little pat on the head and like, oh, you poor Sooners. No, we got to grow up. It's time. And you've got 4 stars next to your name. You're a talented prospect. You had a host of offers from big time programs across the country. Guys like Kearney and Carrion and Reagans and Pettaway, all these guys got to step up and play significant roles for this team. And they got to do it fast. There's no time like the present. You have an opportunity ahead of you now. There's nobody standing in front of you and earning a starting role on this team. Go out there and seize the day. Carpe diem.
Carpe diem. The opportunity's there. They're going to put you in the game. You go block. You go run the route. Get yourself open. I mean, you saw Pettaway get that catch and dipped twice. Yeah, Pettaway's playing a lot. We're going to get a lot of Pettaway. We're going to get a lot of Burks. Actually, you know what? We probably see minimal Burks. You want to keep him as healthy as possible as we get ready for Texas. You need to, but the players that Hawkins has played the most with, I really want JJ Hester to get it down. I just need somebody to throw it to him deep. Throw it to him deep, please.
I'm good with moving on from that one. If I just don't see it, you know, and that's the thing is, it hasn't shown me anything yet to have much confidence in what he's capable of. I'm not holding anybody back. If Burks is good to go, he's good to go. He's playing his full complement of snaps. I'm honestly thinking about moving either him or Jaquaize Pettaway to the outside so that you can get somebody with more experience and more dynamic ability on the field. And hey, if you have to live in the short to intermediate range with these slot wide receivers, by all means do it. Just create an effective and efficient passing offense. Again, hopefully it can open up things in the running game. The Oklahoma Sooners had another devastating injury.
Yep, after a long day at work, you know I be struggling. And I have to go hit the gym, so I'll go ahead and grab myself a 5-hour energy. Those bad boys have done a great job of keeping my mind right and giving me the energy I need to get a good workout in to keep my body right too. That's the only way that, you know, I'm able to get myself functioning. And then, of course, coming here to get this recording done for you all. To me, the best part is it has got 0 sugar and it's very small, convenient, you know, portable size. It's an easy pick me up to grab. The flavors are fantastic, from watermelon, tropical burst, grape. I got some berry that I just ordered and they're fantastic. You all should, you know, definitely try them all. And on the site, they give you the option. What I did is I made myself a 24-pack, ordered 2 of them, and it's just delivered right to my front door, which is pretty convenient because I don't have to drive to the store to figure out what I want. So y'all need to check them out. Go to 5hourenergy.com. That's the number 5, hourenergy.com, and get some 5-Hour Energy products. You can use our promo code LOCKEDONCFB to get 20% off your order. The offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Go to 5hourenergy.com today.